Hey there, I'm Joe Carter. If you've ever popped the hood and thought, where do I even start? You're in good company. Around here, we take the mystery out of car repair, one fix at a time. Whether you're a beginner or just looking to sharpen your skills, there's something here for you. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you're into learning without the headaches. All right, that's enough from me. Let's get into it.
What cars for cabs choose abroad? You may be surprised, but until recently in Germany most often, checkers could be seen on the Mercedes E-Class. On our roads this car is a sign of success and prosperity. In Germany, cab drivers have fallen in love with Mercedes for its reliability and low maintenance cost. Among the Bavarian 3, BMW, Audi, Mercedes, the latter is the most optimal option for taxiing. French cab drivers also use locally produced cars for work. The most popular models are Peugeot 400 and 6407, Citroën Picasso, C4. As you can guess, the choice of a car for a cab cannot be random. Next, let's consider the criteria that will help you decide on the purchase. Conditions for choosing a car for cab. Benchmarks in choosing a car for cab: price and brand status. Whether you are the owner of a cab fleet or a future private cab driver, you need to understand what level of wealth will be your future customers. Of course, no Daewoo Nexia will not be able to earn the status of business cab, so the driver to count on the constant transportation of wealthy people is not worth it. From the initial cost also depends on the payback period. Economy. The less fuel costs, the more profitable it is to taxi. Reliability. Cab cars in the usual mode can roll about 500 kilometers a day. It is not surprising that the reliability of the Workhorse is almost the main criterion of choice. Downtime for repair, or, what is even worse, a breakdown on the way, is not only the absence of earnings, but also the cost of restoration. Liquidity. Cab cars are highly profitable only until they start to fall off. A cab car should not be a stranger in the market of used TCS. Ergonomics. Buying, for example, Daewoo Matais, you immediately limit yourself to a certain number of favorable deals. For comfortable transportation of 3 people with luggage, you need at least an auto C-Class. New or used car for cab. Giving preference to new cars for cab, you get the following advantages, depending on the specific model. The period of trouble-free operation can reach 130 to 170,000 kilometers. The possibility of breakdown in this period is minimized. Warranty. Many of the problems that may arise during the period of operation will be solved not at your expense if the car in the cab died. In a few years, it is much easier to sell a car of fresh year of release. Buying a used car, you risk the need for more frequent investments. The situation is not even saved by the fact that most cars lose 20% of their value when they leave the showroom. It is more profitable to buy new cars for cab. Rating of car models for cab. We will consider both gasoline variants and diesel internal combustion engines. Gasoline cars are good for their mass and studded. Buy a diesel car for a cab is better only new. Modern diesel equipment is very complex and expensive to maintain. This is definitely worth considering when buying a diesel car with mileage to work in a cab. VAZ's domestic cab cars attract their cost and a large number of cheap spare parts. In the regions, this type of cab car is very popular. We recommend choosing from the following copies. Whichever option you choose, the technical characteristics will be very similar. The average consumption is 8 liters, and the technology of installing HBO is familiar to many masters. The choice of used cars is huge. Even after a few years, it will not be difficult to sell such a car. Lada Largus. Structurally, the car repeats Renault Logan, which is a huge plus. There are special modifications which from the factory are equipped with a taximeter, a device for reading credit cards and a navigation system. All this makes Largus's excellent cars for cabs. Sometimes it's hard to find a better cab car option than the Renault Logan. Among the advantages, price, the durability of the engine and gearbox, tolerable interior coziness, balanced driving characteristics. The Universal with a 1.6 engine will please not only customers, but also the driver. There's chance Daewoo knows the car is rightfully considered one of the kings of taxicabs. For quiet work, 1.5 litres of working volume of the internal combustion engine is quite enough. Structurally, the car is an Opel of the late 90s. Engines are reliable and unpretentious. The last epithet is quite suitable to the description of the car as a whole. Spare parts are cheap, and the repair technology is painfully familiar to many car mechanics. Daewoo Nexia the car bribes with its price and simplicity in maintenance. It is the same Opel from the 90s, so you will never have problems with service. The car is easily put HBO. From the pluses we can note a spacious enough trunk. The minus is weak metal, which not only affects the level of passive safety, but also accelerates the process of corrosion. The body of Nexia is its weakest point. Chevrolet the following models are suitable for cabs, Aveo. If you are in doubt about which car is better to take to work in a taxi park, you should definitely take a look at Aveo. The car will be a good workhorse with an acceptable level of driving characteristics. Hyundai for a cab you can choose the following models, Hyundai Accent. We cannot say that the models of the third and fourth generation have a huge advantage over Logan or Lanos. The ideology of these cars is quite typical, a compromise between reliability and comfort for reasonable money. Accent of the fourth generation, which was presented in 2010, noticeably added to the design of the exterior and interior. Kia Rio Ceed the situation with Rio and Ceed in many respects reminds Hyundai. Well-made cars, which the first couple of 100 kilometers will cause minimum troubles to their owners. Pies and beads. If you are still undecided on which car to taxi, pay attention to B-Class vans. These include Fiat Doblo, Opel Combo, Renault Kangoo, Ford Connect, Citroën Berlingo. A diesel car in good condition will delight you with a pleasant consumption. Spacious salon and trunk will be very useful if it is a car for cab. From minibuses, VW Transporter T4 is highly respected. The car is morally obsolete in many respects, but the role of a workhorse is better suited than many modern cars. You need to find a good copy, which, it should be recognized, is not easy enough. A minibus of this type will allow you to transport large companies. Fuel consumption is not much higher than the appetite of a medium-sized gasoline sedan. Some nuances: we intentionally did not consider such cars as Toyota Camry or Skoda Superb. Undoubtedly, these cars are a real dream for most cab drivers. Reliable design, the ability to choose a fast motor and excellent interior decoration, all these points are only a few advantages of such models. But what is the point if the car for a cab should be first of all profitable? Unfortunately, modern conditions dictate other rules. It is extremely difficult to pay off the purchase of such a car. Choosing a cab car. In conclusion, selecting the right car for a cab is crucial for ensuring reliability, comfort, and efficiency. The models we've discussed offer a blend of durability, fuel economy, and passenger space, making them ideal choices for cab services. By considering factors such as maintenance costs, safety ratings, and overall performance, cab operators can make informed decisions that will enhance their business. Remember, a well-chosen vehicle not only benefits the driver but also ensures a pleasant experience for passengers. Thank you for watching, and we hope this guide helps you find the perfect cab car for your needs.